Bungie has just issued a mass ban wave and a second one to follow. Many people have been banned, cheaters, and even one of our favorite content creators recently got the axe. I'm not going to say who, but if you know, you know. Cheaters and players swept up in Destiny 2's latest ban wave. Following allegations of cheating and an investigation, Bungie has banned players who cheated in the contest mode version of the Desert Perpetual raid race. The ban includes cheaters and players who benefited from playing with cheaters in the raid. While good news, it highlights the failings of Bungie's anti-cheat systems in Destiny 2, given the large number of players who have been banned. And it also is a waste of developmental effort, if you think about it, where we have to have the security team actively sifting through the contest clears and, verifying who cheated and who didn't cheat, right? If the anti-cheat in the first place worked, then that security team could be focusing on new things and other things, more relevant things, like cheaters right now in Trials and Comp and elsewhere. The first raid in Destiny 2's new Fate Saga was hard as nails, as the contest mode version of the activity ought to be. However, the difficulty and pixel-perfect damage dealing that was required proved too much for some players who resorted to cheating and playing with cheaters, and paying people to recover their accounts to play with cheaters. Roughly a week after it launched in its latest expansion, Destiny 2, The Edge of Fate, and the accompanying raid race for the Desert Perpetual raid had been run, allegations of the cheating hit the player community. As many as 70% of the top 100 clears were accused of cheating in the race. It wasn't 70% of the top 100 clears. It was 70% of all clears, which was about 600 clears in total. So it ended up being 400 teams roughly that were cheating or playing with cheaters, right? And so at the end, it's only like 200 teams actually cleared it legit instead of 600 teams. We hoped Bungie would investigate quickly, which it did. I mean, they investigated kind of fast. Like Raid Hub basically had it, already done. The case was closed from Raid Hub in like less than 48 hours, faster than the raid race. Raid Hub had already figured it out. Bungie took like another week or so to get it all done. And that it would issue bans as a matter of urgency, which it has now done, which is good. It sends a good message that you don't want people to cheat in Destiny 2. You don't want the cheating to become so prevalent that people are cheating in PvP, PvE, everywhere, You're going to start loading into Gambit and find cheaters. Load into a damn private match solo and find a cheater. We have issued a ban wave against fire teams who were found cheating during the Desert Perpetual contest mode. This ban wave includes players who benefited from cheaters in their fire team. The Destiny 2 team posted on Blue Sky. Blue Sky? Oh, hell no. Get out of here with that. Ain't nobody on Blue Sky. There's like 12 people on Blue Sky. We're posting this on Twitter. Yes, even players who didn't actually cheat but had a cheater on their team are being banned in this wave. This is a well-known rule in Destiny 2. While it sounds unfair to ban users simply for being in the orbit of a cheater, it's very obvious when somebody is cheating in Destiny 2, and players should be able to recognize this behavior, back out of the game mode they're in, and report the user they suspect of cheating. Which, to be fair, there may be some instances of that, but I'm pretty confident that basically everyone that played with the cheater did so knowingly, and here's why. There's this crazy black market where they're charging like $400 per clear. So the cheaters that have these cheats know that they can load in solo entirely by themselves and take 5 people through and charge $400 a person, and they will pay that, if not more, right? That's $2,000 you can make in 2 minutes. I don't think a whole lot of cheaters are doing that for free when they realize how much money they can make. And they're all in on this together, like they're on these cheating sites and they have forums and they're prepared for this, and they, what I'm saying? They're all like, they're aware of the situation. They know what they're trying to do. I don't think there's a lot of cheaters out there just cheating like Robin Hood, for the sake of the goodness in their heart, right? Breaking terms of service to help Guardians beat the contest raid. It's probably few and far between. And secondly, is that the cheaters, what they were doing when they make you pay money for this in their weird black market way, is they make it so that they log into your account. So that way they can, like we saw before, they cross-save your account to another platform. So if you don't pay up or if you try to refund, then they can go back into your account at any point in time. You cannot unlink the cross-save, and they can mess up all your stuff. They can go delete your vault, they can delete your characters, and they can repeatedly do this forever. So you have to pay them, right? And they could probably do even worse things. They could probably hold your account ransom and make you pay them more money, which is why you don't want to get involved with the black market cheating ring that exists in Destiny 2, because you're going to get screwed. It's not going to work out well for you. You're going to blow a bunch of money, and you're going to end up being screwed in the end, more likely. So don't do that. Bungie systems could easily detect if your account was recoved, because they're going to have that information. They have the IP address of where you're playing the game. So if it shows that you were in the raid in Kansas and then suddenly you were in the raid in freaking Tokyo, they're going to be like, how did you travel so fast, right? There are VPNs and other ways people change their locations. So technically there's, you don't necessarily ban people for that entirely, but I'm sure Bungie has systems set in place where they know that you did a recov. It's going to get you banned. All of the people that did the recov should definitely get banned. The people that maybe stayed on their own account and maybe a cheater cleared the boss and they didn't know, there's probably less than a handful of people that actually happened, right? If that actually happened, I would love to see some video footage of that, because I think we would be surprised if we saw a clip of that. But notably, no one ever saves a clip of this, right? Notably, when people are recording their gameplay or streaming or whatever, and they just so happen to clear the craziest activity ever in Destiny history, they just so happen to forget to click the record button or mention it on social media at all. As for the benefits, the Destiny 2 team mentions rewards for completing the raid on contest mode include an exclusive in-game emblem and a guaranteed drop for the raid exotic weapon. We're unlikely to know just how many players were caught up in this wave of bans, as Bungie doesn't publish that sort of information. We may get a sense of the scale in this week's TWID Destiny blog post, but we aren't holding our breath. We will update this story should we get a sense of how many users were banned, which is something that we are looking into right now. There are some ways to kind of know how people got banned, but it's not exact. You could see if someone's account is still active. I'm sure people in the Destiny community, we have way too much free time apparently. And people are out here testing mobility using Darcy and testing all the different stats post Edge of Fate to see if everything was adjusted properly. So I'm sure they're going to come up with an updated list of everyone that was banned and everyone that was banned for playing with cheaters. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, because this is kind of witch hunting, but there's going to be basically a wall of shame probably. I'm not going to be involved in it. I'm not going to make the wall of shame, but it's more than likely going to be a thing, right? People are going to know. People are going to know. And if you try to rock that emblem and you were playing with cheaters, people are going to be like, yeah, we know what you did. A ban in Destiny is a big deal as it prevents you from logging into the game again using that account. This is very bad for users who cheated in the raid, as it means they have effectively spent around $200 for the Edge of Fate expansion, only to be banned from the game a week later. That's tough, yeah. You spent the money for the expansion, then you get banned. People will be asking for refunds. In some more extreme cases, Bungie can also ban users at a hardware level, meaning users can't even start up a new account and play Destiny 2. Now, I haven't heard too much of Bungie doing hardware bans. I think that it is a thing. I think it's for the repeat cheaters that keep coming in, making multiple accounts. Playing with a cheater is going to earn you a hardware ban right off the rip. It's a pretty extreme, thing to happen. But it should be said that you're not allowed to just start a new account and jump back into Destiny 2. That's called ban evasion. It's against terms of service. So technically when you get banned, you're just banned for life. And that means all those cosmetics you paid money for, all that loot, everything is just gone forever. Now, could you make a new account and play and start over again? I mean, technically you could break terms of service and do that. I mean, it might catch up with you at some point though. So it's like at any moment, you could wake up and see a not so fast. So it's up to you. With all of this wrapped up now, the fact remains that Bungie's anti-cheat systems for Destiny 2 aren't sufficient. Cheaters have abused the game's weak protections for years, and it ruins the experience for everybody, especially those who are matched with cheaters. The developer really needs to address the problem, especially given the scale at which folks are cheating these days. Absolutely, the scale is crazy, and the optics of this are absolutely wild, right? It's wild to think about how many people cheated in a PvE activity. Wrap your mind around that for a moment. A PvE activity. I remember I was hanging out with a friend who was a world's first raider, Tifu, and I mentioned to him that after 2020, I said, the cheaters have gotten way crazier. I wouldn't be surprised if a cheater won world's first. And he said, there's no way that would ever happen. I remember he looked at me and he looked at me with the look of like, are you stupid? He was like, there's no way a cheater would ever get world's first in the raid race, because they would have to solve the mechanic. And at that point in time, he actually had a good point. But now, fast forward 4 years later, look where we're at. Cheaters got world's first. Bungie removed them from the API. And then Team Nuts, that they're completely legit, they got crowned the actual world's first team. But cheaters actually cleared it faster than them. And then after the cheaters cleared world's first, then 400 more teams proceeded to cheat in the 48-hour timeline. Wild. This is an absurd amount of cheating. Destiny 2 might have a crazier cheating epidemic than most other games. I think that the scale of cheating in Destiny 2 is very disproportionate to the actual population. Like a good example is there's some games that are really popular, and so naturally there's a lot of cheaters. For Destiny 2, it's like not that popular of a game, and there's a lot of cheaters. The scale is very disproportionate. The fact that more cheaters cleared the contest raid than real people is alarming. Like, just think about that for a minute. Imagine a world where more cheaters go to the lighthouse than real people in trials. Imagine a world where there's more cheaters in PvP than real people playing. More cheaters in PvE than real people. We're very far from that right now. The anti-cheat is knocking them down when it decides to work, I suppose. But it's crazy that we're approaching that level of cheating. We're approaching such a high degree of cheating that it's almost just become pretty commonplace to see a cheater. I'm not even surprised when I see a cheat. I casually scroll through the most viral moments of Destiny 2 every week, and I'll see a cheater clip, and I'm just like, oh yeah, yep, another cheater. Just maybe every dozen posts I see a clip of a cheater or something. It's not interesting to me anymore. Just commonplace. It's become so complacent and so normal in this game. It's wild. Should not be like that. Let me know what you think about this situation down in the comment section below, though. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button. We'll see you in the next one. Later.